What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Colton, Lindsay here live with the WGR Academy coming at you today talking with Robert. Calkins going to be talking about three things. One is why is he in the Prospecting Challenge, which is absolutely free. A lot of you guys are into it. Structured for 28 days so that you guys can drive your prospecting to another level. Increase time, energy, effort, and emotion, and also improving your skill set so that you can set even more appointments. The other thing is we're going to talk about is why is he in the Prospecting Alliance. It's our exclusive group that we created to just be obsessed with action-based prospecting business. If you're not already aware, what's up, Robert? Thanks for being on.
Hey.
If you're not already aware, and my headset's not working, so hold up. If you're not already aware of what an attraction-based prospecting business is, it is it's kind of like creating a network of people that are your fans that think you're the god or the goddess of real estate and continually feed you business. And then the third thing we're going to talk about is why is he even involved with Prospecting Mastery Program and what are his takeaways that he's getting from it, right? So, Robert, thank you for hopping on for a few minutes. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Morning.
Good, man. So tell everyone, where are you from? How long you been in the business? Just a short introduction of yourself.
I'm about 20 minutes north of Seattle in Everett, Washington, and I've been licensed for 6 years, but I didn't really go full hard into residential real estate until the last probably couple years. And the last summer I found prospecting, and it's changed my whole real estate career.
Awesome, cool, man. And now I could be wrong. Are you a Fearless Agent student or are you not a Fearless Agent
Yes,
student?
I am.
Okay, cool. So you obviously started as a Fearless Agent, awesome. You're involved with that. So what drew you into joining the 28-day prospecting challenge?
I just like to be with a group of people that are also prospecting, and we all get to post in there every day, and it just makes you feel some accountability, and it also motivates you to see what everybody else is doing, and that's just pretty much why. And it's also kind of competitive. You know, if you see somebody that made 50 contacts, you think, well, you know, consistently, it's like, well, maybe I can beat that. I like that too, competitiveness.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things we look at is, and you guys watching live or recorded, repetition is the mother of all skill, right? And so when we repetitively see others doing the action item that we know we got to do to generate business, it brings that to our awareness even more. And then when we're aware of it, we get to make the choice, right? No matter what, if we're afraid or not, we still get to choose if we act on it or not. So what are some of the things that you've gained from just being in the prospecting challenge, the free 28-day prospecting challenge?
So I think this is like my third one. I started it whenever you started it, but some of the things I've learned is as I've called more, I learned that I need to refine some of my skills because I'm making more calls and talking to more people, prepare for appointments better, get some systems down, things like that, and just be more accountable for what I'm doing every day. Get my schedule down.
Yeah, awesome. Right, and that's what's really cool is when we talk about awareness, right? The word is awareness, and I would challenge you guys to write that down. Is all of a sudden we go from not knowing what we don't know, the unconscious incompetence, to the conscious incompetence. Like, oh my gosh, I got to get my schedule down. Oh my gosh, I got to get my systems in place. Oh my gosh, I got to improve my skill set. And then when you're involved with something like the Prospecting Mastery Program or the Alliance, then you get to learn, well, what is it that I actually got to do to master that skill set or that schedule or that system or whatever I got to shift, right? And so it can become a new way into your business, right? And I love that you bring up the word accountability. And this will help you because we have accountability groups in the Alliance as well for you guys watching. And for those of you guys watching, I hope you understand. Accountability is not about holding your feet to the fire. Accountability is about creating a safe space where I can go share with my peers what I want to go create, right? It's a place to bring that up. And remember, repetition is that mother of all skill. It creates that space for repetition. So, awesome. So, and then you started in the challenge. How long did you, or how many challenges before you said, you know what, I want to really invest in the Prospecting Mastery Program and join the Alliance? How long was it for you?
It was probably a couple months. What happened was since I'm a fearless agent, I didn't quite understand why I may or may not need that or how it could add to what I was doing. But then I went on a FSBO appointment or some appointment, I don't know, and I thought, well, I really need to fine tune some of this stuff. And so that's when I sent you a message or somewhere I asked you about it. And you kind of told me about it. And so at that point, I was a little frustrated. I'm like, screw this, I'm going to order it. And I ordered it, and I was really happy I did. There's some really good content in there.
Cool. And look at it, because a lot of people in there are fearless agents. For those who don't know, I'm a partner in Fearless Agent. I'm a Fearless Agent student myself. Fearless Agent's awesome, but it gives you this bird's eye view of everything with your business. And the way Prospecting Mastery and the WDR Academy Prospecting Alliance complements that is we are 100% focused on becoming experts at prospecting and creating that attraction-based prospecting business. And it doesn't happen overnight, right, Robert? Like, it doesn't happen just by signing up, but it gets you moving in that right direction. So your sticking point first is, well, how is this going to be different than Fearless Agent, right? How is this going to enhance my business? Were there any other concerns or reservations or resistance you had when deciding to do it?
No, I was just putting it off. Other than that, for no real reason.
Yeah, right. We get this fear. It's like, okay, it's $397. You know, right now that's what the cost is. $47 a month for the Alliance, but we get this fear. It's like, well, what am I going to get differently? Or how? I mean, there's so many programs out there, right? And it's kind of like, hey, listen, I personally have spent a lot of money on a lot of different coaches, trainers, platforms inside of real estate, outside of real estate. And what I do is I don't believe a word I say, don't believe a word Robert says, right? We're coming from our experience. I can only come from my experience, right? And we talk about the Prospecting Alliance Manifesto. One of those things that we talk about is now is the time to prospect. Now is always the time to do it. Do it right now, right? So what are some of the things inside of the Mastery and inside of the Alliance that have created that awareness for you even more to push you that much further?
When I started going through the FSBO module, there's a lot of stuff in there that can really help you. It just lays out the whole plan. You don't even have to think about it. You know what I mean? You have every step's there, the script's there, the follow-up script's there. That really helped. And even though I'm Fearless Agent, I still had some, I still wasn't quite getting the FSBO thing. I had some kind of hang-ups. I don't know, I was kind of almost putting them off calling them, but that really helped because, I don't know, it's just the market here is so crazy. It is everywhere, but I feel like it gave me a better plan for FSBOs. And then one thing that it really helped me with was to motivate me to get better at my listing presentation. I hear you say that in the course, and then I went on a listing appointment, and I felt like I flunked it, and I was like, Colton's telling me to do this. That's proof right there. I turned back on the presentation. I watched Bob's presentation on the computer probably 20 times. Now I've watched it probably 30. You pull stuff out of it every time. Same thing when I rewatch your videos. So it really had me dial in on that. And then I went on another appointment. I got the listing. So it just, and again, it made me aware of some things that I didn't know that I should be getting down for my career, right, for what I'm doing.
So notice some of the key words that he's saying, guys. I hear him saying the word awareness a lot, right? That is the first step, is once we become aware, we get to choose, right? You become aware, like I had saying, hey, I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but probably along the lines of, hey, you got to be repetitively practicing your listing presentation on the daily basis or very regularly, right? And then all of a sudden you go on that appointment and you're like, all right, I got it. I got to be practicing this presentation more and more. I got to be focusing on this, right? Because what we focus on expands. And just so you guys are aware, I don't do anything with the presentation inside of Prospecting Alliance. We are 100% prospecting, all about creating more appointments and eventually developing it so that you're not going on so many FSBO or expired appointments, but now you're going on more and more attraction-based appointments from your raving fans, the people that love you. Right? The saying used to be is it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I'm here to tell you guys, it's not who you know, it's who knows you, right? We got to make sure people know us and build that brand and get that message out, right? So awareness is the key to step up. And you said something really important. Now you've watched or listened to that video 30 times, right? And it's repetition is the mother of all skills. So each time that you go through it, what has that done for you? Because 30 times is a lot. You think you would have figured it out the first 29, right?
Oh, I did, yeah. I mean, I've written it out. I haven't memorized, but I'm going through and I'm like, oh, and then things start making sense to you. So when you start listening to your videos again, and you've listened to them and you think you got it, well, you listen to it one more time, and then something all of a sudden, like a point gets made in your head, and then then it's easier to make that point and remember it when you're in a presentation or on the phone with the script. I know this is more prospecting about the prospecting side. And then one other thing I want to say too real quick is you talked about rejection, and we all face rejection on the phone at the door. I don't really care about that. That's just part of our life, right? But I do have a little bit of fear about the being rejected by FSBOs, and I still go on the appointments anyways, but you touch on that also. I really appreciate the FSBO part of it.
Cool, awesome. So that sounds like, and that was one of the bonuses we added in there, right? The actual 12 video module was the intention, but we threw in the FSBO prospecting mastery.
Oh, wow.
As well. So that's one of the bonuses, right? Like, so I mean, let's talk about that for a second, because $397 is a cost, right? Like, it is an expense, it's an investment, it's something, right? Based on the $397 that you invested in, $47 a month for the Prospecting Alliance, have you got your money's worth or no?
I'm sorry, I got a message. What was that?
Yes, so the investment is $397 for Prospecting Mastery at the time of this recording, right? And $47 a month for the Alliance. Have you got your money's worth or no? Has it been worthless?
Oh, yeah. It's an investment in yourself. The $400 is nothing when you go on a FSBO appointment and you get the listing, or you get your cold calling script down, and then you call and you are refined and you set an appointment and you get a listing. The $400 is nothing. I don't know why I put it up.
So that listing that you had signed recently, what was the price point on that one?
$454.9.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, $449.9.
So $450 basically, right? So depending on if you charge 6 or 7%, right? I know that's another space that people have challenges going for 7, right? But even let's say you're 6 or 7%, 3% of that is $14,000, right? So for a $400 investment or even $1,000 investment with Fearless Agent, to then get a return of $14,000, you're over 10xing your return on your money, right? So we've got to be able to understand is, and this is very powerful, and everything I teach is, number one thing is you've got to go get educated on the proven system, the proven plan, into an organization that has the proven results that you want to get and that you're attracted to, right? So the return is there. The cost is totally worth it. In fact, the bigger cost would be that listing you didn't get because you didn't have that aha, that awareness, that strategy, that shift, that get back to practicing my presentation, right? So,
right.
I mean, you would have lost 14 grand, right?
Yep.
You talked about the other listing that you didn't get and you became aware, right? That cost. So let's talk about this as far as once someone signs up for, and we'll talk about the WGR Academy and our products and here in Fearless Agent. Once someone signs up for those, is that going to automatically make them money, or what else has to happen in order to start making the money?
I'm sorry, I keep getting messages. What was just like?
That's all right. So let's say for you, someone watching this live recorded, invest in the Prospecting Mastery Program, $397. Are they going to automatically start making money, or does something else have to happen to actually start making money?
Yeah, you got to get on the phone and start calling.
Yeah, right.
Well, you got to, I mean, you have to do what you say. You tell us what to do. You have to learn that stuff, right? Internalize it, do the 15 minutes. You have to do it all, and you have to become good at it. Otherwise, you're just, I mean, it's all practice anyways, right. But.
And what I call it is, well, that's one of the things, we understand that practice makes permanent. I prospect every single day, right? Part of the Prospecting Life Manifesto is I understand prospecting, or practice makes permanent. I choose to prospect every single day, right? The other thing is we understand that action is what closes the gap, right? We hit this wall of enough is enough. I'm dissatisfied. I got to make a shift. I've got to act into the new reality. I've got to sign up for the program. And once I get the program, I got to start taking action on what I'm learning and moving forward and refining that. And that's the exact reason, Robert, I said, hey, let's get the Prospecting Alliance. I mean, literally $47 a month. I mean, could I be charging way more for the Prospecting Alliance?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, you're giving out in those Thursday calls, you're giving out a lot of information and give all the access we have to you and the group, everybody. I mean, you go through and you answer all of our questions, and we have those calls. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, I made it so inexpensive so that you can take that step. People can take that step to get in there. And then what it does is now you're a part of this alliance, this group of individuals that are fully committed to doing the work, right? Yeah. Silent chatter. You spoke about it. The fear. You weren't calling the for sale by owners or working them like you should, or whatever that fear was, right? Yeah. It's about silent that chatter and do the fucking work. Get into action, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens? Boom. You get onto these appointments. You start signing contracts. You start feeling more comfortable, more confident with moving forward, right? Anything else you'd like to say? Well, actually, what's your number one takeaway from so far working with the challenge, the mastery, and the alliance?
My number one takeaway is to really what you're giving us is our skill sets, and that's how we make money, in addition to other things, but just with that. And we need to really refine those and get good at them, because you don't want anybody running you around on the phone. You want to be able to run the conversation, but the right way, without, with the rules of engagement and all that other things that you talk about. So.
Right, cool. So I just brought that up, the context. What is the step-by-step of the conversation so that I know the direction I'm taking the conversation, be in control of it. Yeah, what's what we call the rules of engagement. From the opening clear to the closing and setting an appointment, there's these steps that happen in between them, right? And I think that's a piece that a lot of people are missing with prospecting is, I know I need a prospect, I know I need a script, but I don't understand the steps that go from each thing. And then we really break that down in the mastery. So Robert, appreciate you being on here. How can people connect with you?
You can call me at 425-791-5645. I'm up north of Seattle, or you can message me on Facebook.
Cool. So up north of Seattle, that's where you're going to send the referrals. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon, man.
Bye.
So there you have it, Robert Calkins, one of our Prospecting Mastery students, Prospecting Alliance members, right? And a couple of key takeaways that I got from him is, one is constant awareness, right? He's realized, number one is I got to get back into other things that I've paid for and I'm training with, practicing this listening presentation, doing it over and over again. Number two is I got to get really great at my skill set and refine those over and over again. And I got to be repetitious, or use the repetitive action item of studying it to make it happen, right? And then number three is I gotta just do the work. And this comes up over and over again because we have this chatter, you have this chatter, this conversation inside of your head that says, oh, I can't afford this because of blah, blah, blah. Or I'm afraid to take FSBOs because of blah, blah, blah. Or I'm afraid, scripts aren't me, blah, 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 blah. Or you know what, it's too cold outside to go door knock, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's too hot outside to go door knock, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you know what, I got to get my website up ready first before I can start phone calling, blah, 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 blah. I can't afford Mojo, blah, 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 blah. I can't afford to get leads with Coal Resources, blah, 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 blah. I can't get for sale by owner leads, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know how to do the listing presentation, blah, 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 blah. Right? We have all of these. I got to check with my wife. That's the number one thing. Let me give you this little tip as well. Whether you're a guy or a gal, if you're running your fucking business, run your fucking business. Stop turning to your spouse to get approval to run your fucking business. Especially you men out there. Be a fucking man, step up and operate your business like a goddamn business owner. Stop waiting for someone else to approve you and teaching you and telling you what to do. Take the action. Get into work. Go and do the work. I mean, honestly, your wife, if you're a man, wife does not deserve, or you do not deserve to be married to your wife if you've constantly got to go to her for approval for business expenses. Your wife should love you and trust you and respect you so much that she says, you know what, fuck yeah, you're the man, go to work, I trust that you're going to make the right expenses, the right choices, the right decisions inside of the business. And if you don't believe in yourself enough to do that, step up and take some action. I don't care if you're a woman as well. If you're a wife and you're the female and you've got to go to your husband every time for approval to operate your business, you're doing it wrong. You're the business owner. You're the one that's making decisions. You're the one that's in the trenches every single day. You're the one that sees it. Now, I'm not saying don't go to your spouse for some feedback. Ultimately, though, the decision has got to be yours. You've got to step up and take some action and be the man or be the woman or be the business owner, whoever it is. Stop pushing your excuses to other people. That was a mini rant. Appreciate you listening to it. Thanks for being here, guys. Here's my invitation for you. I would challenge you to go sign up inside the Prospecting Alliance. Our next call is Thursday. It's 3:15 Eastern, 1:15 Mountain Time. It's going to be about 60 to 90 minutes. We're going to be going over some other things that we've talked about inside the Prospecting Alliance already. And mainly, we're going to be helping go to the next level. Some of the things you're going to get inside of that, number one, is you're going to get 2 calls per month, Zoom, live. Right now, we're doing it on Zoom. That may shift with time, but right now on Zoom, 60 to 90 minutes, 2 times per month. You're going to actually get access to the private Facebook group. We've got almost 80 members in there right now. You're also going to have an accountability group, 3 to 4 people, to have a 15-minute conversation each and every week to bring you back to awareness of how to correct and continue moving forward, because it's always about correcting and continuing. It's always about getting back up and get going forward, right? And then also we're going to allow you guys to submit first come first serve recorded video prospecting videos, so I can coach and critique those and give you guys feedback to the entire group, and then access to all the recorded calls as well. So it's only $47. You're going to want to jump in that. Also, the prospecting mastery program is $397 for now. That offer goes away roughly on April 19th, maybe a little bit after that, as we roll out a new opportunity, a new offer for you guys to join that we're working on right now. For now, though, you're definitely going to want to get involved in that before the price goes up and the cost goes up and the expense goes up. If you already got a problem in your head now about spending money, you just wait. You're going to have to really step up and face some fears if you want to take your business to a next level. Because quite honestly, I'll tell you, if you're the guy that's looking for the free content, if you're the gal that's looking for the cheap way out, you're not going to be a part of this group. This group, this energy, you got to put some skin in the game. If you're willing to put some skin on the game and put some risk on the line, you're going to act your way into a new reality. And I can guarantee you, when you're involved in the Prospecting Alliance, the other thing I didn't share about the Prospecting Alliance, you're going to get daily prospecting awareness messages, right? So I'm going to bring that up, 60-second audio awareness messages to you Monday through Friday to help bring that awareness up. Because remember, repetition is the mother of all skill. Thanks for being here, guys. Make sure to like, comment, share, and let me know if you have questions. We'll see you later.